always wanted to work with animals. When I was a child, I wanted to become a vet. But somehow I didn't want to be a doctor. I wanted to do something with animals. And when I was 19, I participated in my first international youth exchange. And that's where I got in contact with people. And I really liked it also working with people. So with the years I thought, what if I could do something in which I could bring people and animals together? And eventually, after getting our first dog and bringing the dog into the exchanges to socialize her, we saw that something very special would happen when she would be around. Shy participants would start talking to each other. Youngsters that normally would like to, well, be on a spotlight, they would be a bit more, well, blending in the group and involving more others. And I thought, well, it's great if there is a profession that can bring these elements together. Dog-assisted coaching existed, and for me it was amazing because that's exactly what I think I was always looking for. So bringing animals and people together and guiding them through their issues or guiding them through their development. Yeah. Every session is unique on itself. There is not a moment that I say this shocked me more. Every time is a new magic moment for me, and for some coaches might be even more magical than to others. And now she feels I'm getting quite touched by this. So you have immediately direct feedback by how sensible they are. Well, I was in a moment where I shut myself down for every kind of emotion, which also shut myself down on binding with people and creating a connection with people. So basically it was really hard for me to feel anything at all, and somehow I had it also with them, with my dogs, and they would show it back to me, this resistance. They would constantly show, you are holding a wall, you're holding a shield in front of you, and that's why we cannot get closer to you. And this what she's doing now, this is something she wouldn't do before, because I wasn't open to receive this exchange of emotions. And that's not because she's a dog, but because I, as a person, was close to it. Every animal which has mirror neurons, they can feel and they can show empathy. So it also means that they can somehow show and feel emotions. They can pick up energy and emotional states from others. And, well, dogs are one of these. So they use this empathic ability plus their communications abilities to react to what's going on to the environment. Dogs have it naturally. They don't talk, so they use each nerve in their body to communicate. They are masters in non-verbal communication, so that's how they show what's going on in the environment. Dog-assisted coaching, these communication abilities of the dog are used to reflect on the emotional state and on the energy and the feelings of the coachee. This is also why it's very important that the coach can manage his own emotional state, to not influence the dog during the session. A dog will pick up what is going on at that moment, and based on the signals that it will show, based on how it reacts, I as a coach can understand better, let's say, translate or guess, because it's not always sure, it's not always 100% sure, but I can read much easier what is going on with the coachee. So a dog assisted coaching session is more dynamic. It's not about only talking, but you have an interaction with the coachee. And the coachee with the coach and with the dog. So normally there are activities done, there are walks done. It's much more dynamic, and with a dog being present in a session, giving feedback with its signals and all, and feed forward, the coachee also, he gets confronted. He gets much more confronted, not only with his coaching question or his issue or his goal, but also with what a possible solution could be, or what a possible improvement could be. Just as in a normal coaching session, a coachee approaches me with a coaching question or with an issue or a goal that somehow he is not managing to reach. And then depending on this question or on this issue, I try to think about an activity with the dog that they can do together, which will immediately confront the coachee with his question. In this way, during that session, he can immediately work and go through his question and see what's also behind this, because most of times it's never the question itself, but there is something behind it, and sometimes even further behind it. I decided to only use Wolfdogs in my coaching sessions. They bring you not only closer to nature, but they also can bring you closer to yourself. They are so into listening to their own needs and to their own state that it also reflects on the coachee. What I always say is listen to the wolf inside of you. I believe that inside each one of us there is a wolf. That's my metaphor. Because the wolf represents to me wisdom and strength, not physical, but really the power that drives you in life. And that's what I wish to bring to people through my Wolfdog assisted coaching. I really wish that they can manage to listen to themselves, to take the time to work on themselves and really, okay, do I do what I do for myself or to others? Do I behave like I do for myself or for others? For who am I improving? So I really would like that people own themselves, they take ownership on how they feel, who they are, with acceptance and with all the purity that wolf dogs also show on being